Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome back to my channel AcademicTuber. Today we are going to discuss Unit 2 from Grade 10 Science, that is Classification of Living Beings. Before that, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe the channel and for more updates hit the bell icon. If you want more videos related to this, please like and do share this video among your friends, and also don't forget to give your valuable response in comment section. We know that the classification of the grouping of organisms into different groups on the basis of similarities and differences is known as classification. The classification makes the history of organism easier. In traditional method of the classification of living beings, they were classified into two kingdoms. They were plant and animals. Putting all the organisms in either plant or animal kingdom was insufficient because there were a lot of organisms which could not be classified as either plants or animals. Therefore, five kingdom system of classification it was introduced. All these confusion lead to a new model of classification which had to take into account cell structure, the presence of cell wall, mode of reproduction, and mode of nutrition. As a result, R.H. Whittaker in 1969 AD came up with the concept of the five kingdom classification. The five kingdom of classification is based on the following characteristics of the organism. They were cell organization of unicellular and multicellular organism, cell structure and parts of prokaryotes and eukaryotes, lifestyle, producer, consumer or decomposer, nutrition mode, autotrophic or heterotropic, evolutionary history of the organism from primitive to advanced form. Advantage of five kingdom classification includes: five kingdom classification is better and more natural than two kingdom classification. It places the unicellular and multicellular organisms separately. It places the autotrophs and heterotrophs separately. It places the fungi in a separate group kingdom fungi as it has a different mode of nutrition. It places the prokaryotes in a separate group, that is in kingdom Monera. According to this system, the organisms are divided into five kingdoms, and they are: first one, Monera, which includes unicellular prokaryotes, example bacteria. Monera, they do not have developed nucleus, or we can say that they do not have membrane bound organelles. Second one is Protista, which includes the unicellular eukaryotes, protozoan. Eukaryotes, they have developed nucleus. Fungi, they are multicellular decomposers, also known as saprophytes, as they get nutrition from dead and decomposed organic matter. Plantae, they are multicellular producers. They are multicellular producers as they contain green pigment called photosynthesis, and can prepare their food themselves. Animalia, multicellular consumers. Here is a diagram showing the direction of evolution. Kingdom Monera prokaryotes, kingdom to Protista eukaryotes. Similarly, the complexity of organism increases from kingdom Plantae to Animalia. Mode of nutrition: in kingdom Plantae it is autotrophic, in fungi it is saprophytic, and in Animalia it is heterotropic. Plantae, they are known as the producers. Similarly, fungi, they are known as the decomposers, and animals, they are considered as the consumers. Kingdom Plantae, so they are the multicellular producers. All kind of multicellular autotrophic plants are kept in the kingdom Plantae. Plantae, they are called producers as they can prepare their food themselves since they have green pigment called. Characteristics of kingdom Plantae: they are non-motile, they make their own food and hence are called autotrophs. They reproduce asexually by vegetative propagation or sexually. These are multicellular eukaryotes. The plant cell contain the outer cell wall and a large central vacuole. Plant contain photosynthetic pigments called chlorophyll present in the plastis. So here is a T diagram showing the classification of plant kingdom. Kingdom Plantae, it is divided into three divisions. They are division Algae, division Bryophyta, and division Tracheophyta. Similarly, again the division Tracheophyta, it is divided into three subdivisions. They are subdivision Pteridophyta, subdivision Gymnosperm, and subdivision Angiosperm. Similarly, subdivision Angiosperm, it is again divided into two classes. They are class Monocotyledon and class Dicotyledon. Division Algae, they are relatively simple plants or lower plants. Characteristics of algae, they are autotrophs as they can prepare their food themselves. They store food in the form of starch. Algae can be either unicellular or multicellular organism. Plant body is thallus, that is not clearly differentiated into root, stem or leaves. Algae are found mostly in water and in wet or moist areas. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. They reproduce both by asexual and sexual method. Algae, they are free living, although some of them can form a symbiotic relationship with other organisms. So example of algae are Spirogyra, Eulthorix, Volvox, Chlamydomonas, Fucus, etc. Next one is division Bryophyta. Bryophyta, they grow in moist, cool and shady places. They have rhizoids instead of roots, which helps the plant to anchor to surface. These roots or rhizoids do not absorb nutrients like other usual plants' root. They contain chlorophyll and produce their own food. They are also known as amphibian plants as they require water to complete their life cycle and for fertilization. Vascular tissue or vascular bundles, that is xylems and phloem, are absent. Examples of Bryophyta are Riccia, Markensia, Moss, Anthrocereus, etc. Alternation of generation. The plants that are kept under the division Bryophyta, they shows alternation of generation. Alternation of generation. Plants alternate between the diploid to N chromosome, saprophyte and haploid N chromosome, gametophyte, and between asexual and sexual reproduction. Therefore, the life cycle of plants is known as the alternation of generation. One generation comes after the another generation, that is after saprophytic generation, gametophytic generation comes. That's why alternation of generation it is named. The ability of the plants to reproduce sexually and asexually helps them to adapt to different environments. Third one is division Tracheophyta, and this division includes the well-developed plants that contain vascular bundles, that is xylem and phloem. This division is classified into three subdivisions. They are Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, and Angiosperm. Subdivision Pteridophyta. This division includes the first vascular plants, that is, they have vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. They are the most developed non-flowering plants and they have feathers like leaves. Body is clearly differentiated into root, stem and leaves, and they reproduce through spores. They have distinct alternation of generation as well. Example of plants that belongs to subdivision Pteridophyta are Fern, Lycopodium, Marsilia, Equistem, etc. Subdivision Gymnosperm. They do not produce flower and fruits. They are naked seeded plant as seeds are not enclosed within the fruits. They are found in colder regions where snowfalls occur. Leaves are small and needle-shaped. They are perennial or woody, forming tree or bushes. The male gametophytes produce two gametes, but only one of them is functional. They form cones instead of flowers, that's why they are known as the conifers. The seeds contain endosperm, that is food for the growth and development of the plants. These plants have vascular tissue which helps in the transportation of nutrients and water. Examples of gymnosperm are Texas, Cycas, Fir, Cedrus, Pinus, Ephradia, Ginkgo, etc. Third one is subdivision Angiosperm. Angiosperm have distinct characteristics. Some of them are given here. These plants are most developed in the plant world and body is differentiated into root, stem and leaves. These plants are found everywhere in water and land. These plants have true flower that is, flower contain both ovary and ovule. Plants may be unisexual or bisexual. Pollination takes place by air, water, insect, and animals. Double fertilization and triple fusion takes place in them. Examples of gymnosperm are wheat, maize, banana, soybean, pea, rice, mango, etc. Again, this subdivision angiosperm, it is divided into two classes. They are class monocotyledonous and class dicotyledon. First one is class monocotyledon. Characteristics of monocotyledon are the seeds have a single cotyledon and their leaves are simple and veins are parallel. This group contains the adventitious or fibrous root system and vascular bundle. They are scattered in the leaves. They have trimerous flower. Examples are banana, sugarcane, lilies, etc. Double fertilization. It is the fusion of two male gametes separately, that is, one male gamete with egg cell called ovum and the other with the secondary nucleus. Next one is triple fusion. It is a fusion which involves three gametes. Trimerous. The flower in which the number of pairs in each hole is 3 or is multiple is called trimerous. Next one is class dicotyledon. The seeds of these plants have two cotyledons and they have taproot system. Their leaves contain reticulate venation and flower are tetramerous or pentamerous. Vascular bundles, they are organized in rings. Example grapes, sunflower, tomatoes, etc. Tetramerous. The flower in which the number of pairs in each hole is 4 or is multiple is called tetramerous, and similarly pentamerous. The flower in which the number of pairs in each hole is 5 or is multiple is called pentamerous. Now we'll move towards another kingdom, which is kingdom Animalia. So Animalia, kingdom Animalia, it includes all multicellular eukaryotes. And cells do not contain cell wall. Centrally placed bacteria and plastids. Reserve food is glycogen or fat. They have a heterotrophic mode of nutrition, that is holozoic. They have well developed organ system with different functions. They reproduce both by asexual and sexual method. Kingdom Animalia, it is divided into 9 phylum. They are Phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nemathelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Chordata. Again, the phylum Chordata is divided into 4 subphylum. They are Hemichordata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Again, the subphylum Vertebrata, it is divided into 5 classes. They are class Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Apes, Mammalia. First one is Phylum Porifera. The Phylum Porifera includes the plants-like animals, thus they are commonly known as sponges. Characteristics of Porifera are they are mostly marine and they are the first multicellular animals. Some of them are vase-like and some are flat, globular, and irregular shape. They are attached to substratum and cannot move throughout their life, so they are also called sessile. There are 2 layers of skin, so they are also known as the diploblastic animals. Their body bears a number of small pores called ostia with a single large opening called the osculum, which is present at the top. The current of water along with food enters through ostia and comes out from the body through the osculum. They possess an internal skeleton consisting of tiny calcareous or siliceous spicules or the fine sponging fibers. These structures make the body rigid. Examples of Phylum Porifera are Cycon, Spongilla, Spongia, Euplectella, etc. Second one is Phylum Coelenterata. They are also known as cnidarians as they have cnidoblasts in their body. Main characters of Coelenterata are their body encloses a single cavity called the gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron. They have a mouth but no anus, and the mouth often bears slender, flexible processes called the tentacles, which helps them to capture food and also helps in locomotion as well. Their body wall is supplied with special stinging cells called cnidoblasts, or nematocytes for offense and defense purpose. They are mostly aquatic. Examples are hydra, jellyfish, sea anemone, corals, etc. Next one is Phylum-Platyhelminthes. It includes the bilaterally symmetrical flatworms, and main characteristics are: animal body is soft and has a leaf-like or ribbon-like structure. Most of them are parasite and few are free-living. The parasitic animals are attached to their host by hooks and suckers. They are triploblastic animals. That means they have 3 layers of skin. Their body do not have a cavity or xylem. The digestive system is incomplete. The excretory system includes sperm cell called proteinaphridia. They are mostly hermaphrodite, that is bisexual. Both male and female organs are present in the same animals. Examples of platyhelminthes are tapeworm, planaria, liver fluke, blood fluke, etc. Next one is Phylum Aschelminthes, which is also known as Nematoda or Nemathelminthes. They are cylindrical, unsegmented and triploblastic animals, and they possess the following characteristics. Their body length varies from microscopic to several centimeters, and the body wall is covered with a tough and resistant cuticle. They have a pseudo-column, false column, coelom in their body. They have a mouth and an anus with a complete digestive system. Sexes are generally separate, and they are mostly parasitic and some are free-living. Examples are Ascaris, Pinom, Hookworm, filarial worm, etc. Annelida. They are the cylindrical, segmented and triploblastic animals, and they possess the following characteristics. The body is divided into segments or circular ring-like groups called annuli. Locomotion takes place with the help of parapodia or setae. The body cavity is a true xylem. The alimentary canal is complete. The excretory organs are metanephridia, and they may be unisexual or hermaphrodite. Examples are orthome, lees, nereis, etc. Next one is Phylum Arthropoda. Phylum Arthropoda, it is the largest phylum of the animal kingdom. They are found in all types of habitat, like air, water, and soil. Similarly, they breed a number of times, and in each breeding, they produce hundreds of offspring. So, this phylum includes a large number of species. Some of the characteristics of Arthropoda are: body is axonally segmented. Body may be divided into 2 regions: cephalothorax, jointed head and thorax, and abdomen, or 3 regions: head, thorax, and abdomen. They bear jointed appendages. Exoskeleton is made up of thick chitinous cuticle, and this hard cuticle restricts the growth. Thus, this cuticle gets changed periodically during their growth. This process is called molting or ecdysis. The body cavity contains blood. It is called hemocoel, and respiration takes place by gills, trachea, book lungs, book gills, etc. Examples are spider, butterfly, ant, millipede, centipede, cockroach, prawn, etc. Arthropoda phylum is further divided into 4 classes. They are Crustacea, Insecta, Arachnida, and Myripodia. First one is class Crustacea. They are mostly aquatic, and body is divided into 2 parts. They are head and thorax. These are fused to form the cephalothorax. Respiration takes place through gear or through the general body surface, and the head of the Crustacea bears a pair of compound eyes and 5 pair of appendages. Examples are prawn, lobster, crayfish, crab, etc. Next one is Insecta. They are mainly terrestrial, and body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. The head of Insecta bears a pair of compound eye and a pair of antennae. Breathing takes place with the help of trachea. They bear 3 pairs of legs and 1 or 2 pair of wings. Examples are butterfly, ant, silverfish, cockroach, etc. Third one is class Arachnida. Body is divided into cephalothorax and abdomen, and they have 4 pair of legs, and they do not have compound eyes. Examples are spider, scorpion, mice, etc. And finally, class Myripoda. Body is elongated and divided into head and trunk, and they are mostly terrestrial. There are many pairs of jointed legs and they have simple eyes. Examples: centipede, millipede, etc. Phylum Mollusca. They are the animals having a soft body. They are soft and unsegmented body. They have soft and unsegmented body without external appendages, and the body is usually differentiated into three regions: anterior head, visceral mass, and foot. Mantle covers the body. In most cases, calcareous cell is segregated from the mantle which covers the body. They are unisexual. Example: chiton, pila, limax or slug, snail, octopus, unio, squid, cuttlefish, etc. Phylum Echinodermata. The animal having spiny skin are kept under the Phylum Echinodermata. They are completely moline and lie at the bottom. The shape of these animals may be star-like, cylindrical, melon-like or disc-like or flower-like. The body surface is covered by the calcareous spines, and they do not bear head, or we can say they do not have distinct head. Peculiar teeth are developed for the locomotion. Different teeth are developed for locomotion. They have water vascular system in their body and their sexes are separate. Examples are starfish, brittle star, basket star, sea urchin, sand dollar, sea cucumber, feather star, etc. And finally, phylum Chordata. Those animals which have notochord or knob chord in their body are called chordates. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic with an organ system level of classification. They possess a notochord and a knob chord, and the Socrates system is closed type. Their heart is ventral, and they have gill cells in the embryonic stage. They have post-anal tail. Phylum Chordata can be divided into following subphyla. They are Hemichordata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. So here we are going to discuss only about the Vertebrata, and the phylum Vertebrata is divided into 5 classes. They are first one is class Pisces. They are the most primitive cold-blooded vertebrates which are known as fishes, and they are completely aquatic, either marine or freshwater, and the body is usually long, flat and streamlined to reduce water resistance. Their body is divided into head, trunk and tail, and paired and unpaired fins helps for locomotion. The gills helps in respiration. The internal skeleton is bony or cartilaginous. They are cold-blooded organisms. Most of them are oviparous, but shark it is viviparous. Oviparous means egg-laying animals, and viviparous they give direct birth. The sexes are separate, and fertilization it may be external or internal. Example are rohu, flying fish, seahorse, katla, etc. Next one is amphibia. They are the first land vertebrates that live both on land and in water. They can live both on land and in water, and they are ectothermic animals found in a warm environment. Their body is divided into head and trunk. The tail may or may not be present. The skin is smooth and rough without any scales, but with glands that make it moist. They have no paired fins. Unpaired fins might be present. They have 2 pairs of limbs for locomotion. They respire through the lungs and skin. Gills might be present externally in some adults. The heart is 3-chambered. The sexes are separate and fertilization is usually external. However, in salamander, the fertilization it is internal. Examples are frog, salamander, toad, tree frog, etc. Next one, reptilia. They are the first true land vertebrates which crawl on the land. The characteristics of reptilia are these are creeping and burrowing terrestrial animals with scales on their body. They are cold-blooded animals found in most of the warmer regions of the world, and their skin is dry and rough without any glands. The body is divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Few of these cells the scale on their skin as skin cast. The respiration takes place with the help of lungs. Limbs may or may not be present. If they have limbs, they are 2-paired or pentadactyl limbs, that is 5 fingers in each limb, each bearing claws. Snake do not have limbs. The heart is 3-chamber, however crocodile it has a 4-chamber heart. Fertilization it is internal, that is fusion of male and female gamete takes place inside the body of female. They are oviparous, that is egg laying. Example are snake, turtle, lizard, crocodiles, etc. Apes. Their body is streamlined or aerodynamics and covered with feathers. They have a pair of wings which helps them to fly. The endoskeleton is bony but delicate and light. Jaws are modified into beaks without teeth. They respire through lungs. They are oviparous and they have 4-chamber heart. They have pneumatic bones, hollow bones, bones consisting of ear cavities. Their body is covered with feathers and scales are present on the hind limbs only. Example, parrot, crow, pigeon, etc. Mammalia. They are the most advanced organism in the animal kingdom. They have mammary glands in their body. They are viviparous, that means gives direct birth. They have a pair of external ear called pinnae. They have 4-chamber heart. They respire through lungs. They show sexual dimorphism, that is, male and female can be distinguished from their physical appearance. Their body is covered with hairs. They have 2 pair of pentadactylous limbs. Example, human beings, bat, whale, monkey, cat, etc. Tetrapods. Tetrapods are the animals having 2 pair of limbs. Example, amphibian, reptilian, and mammals. Now we are going to discuss relationship of classification of living beings and evolution. Based on the similarities and dissimilarities of characteristics, the organisms are classified into different groups. Classifying organisms help us to know the basic arrangement of the hierarchical system among different species. It tells us about the resemblance and relationship between various organisms. Also, simplifies the study of a wide variety of organisms. In fact, classification of species reflects the evolutionary relationship between them. Hence, evolution and classification, they are related to each other. So here is a diagram from Encyclopedia Britannica showing the classification, showing the evolution of organism. So after this we are going to classify some plants and some animals. Classification of some plants. First one is maize. So kingdom Plantae, division Tracheophyta, as they have vascular bundles. Subdivision Angiosperm, they bear flower and fruits. Class Monocotyledonous, as it has a single cotyledon in its seed, and type it is maize. Second one is mustard, kingdom Plantae, and division it is also Tracheophyta, and subdivision Angiosperm. Class Dicotyledon, as it has 2 cotyledon in its seed, and type it is mustard. So classification of some animal. Bat, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, and class it is Mammalia as it gives direct birth, and type it is bat. Next one is pigeon, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class apes, and type pigeon. By this we have completed notes of this unit, classification of living beings. I hope this video was useful to you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any queries, drop the comment in the comment section. See you on the next video. Thank you.